I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you, and please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. For question number 1, 2 things to take into account. First of all, the lack of preposition in the language pattern after the gap. Because if there is no preposition, then it means that we can't say A or C, because those answers need prepositions. The second thing that we need to consider is the expression that we use when something has achieved a certain position of us being affectionate about it, or us thinking very good things about it. If something gets to the extent that everyone or the general populace thinks very fond things about something, then we say that that thing, whatever it might be, or person, whoever it might be, has gained a certain level. In this case, it's the film When Harry Met Sally has gained a lasting place in the affections of audiences. So it's because of the way that people feel about that thing, it has gained that level of affection. Which is why the answer is gained. I'm banging on the point about this being an expression, but from the point of view of vocabulary, it's also very important. This is a fantastic piece of vocabulary to use in your writing and in your speaking if you can get the right context. For question number 2, all about collocations this one, in which answer collocates with the adjective beforehand, wide. Only one answer collocates with wide, and that is A, and that is appeal. For question number 3, the key word here is the verb before the gap, won. Out of the answers, only 2 things can be won, approval and recognition. But the second key word that we have to consider is the preposition after the gap, which is of. Now, of only collocates with C, approval. Recognition would have to work with the preposition amongst or between. So here the answer is C. For question number 4, the question you've got to ask yourself is which of these answers collocates with a nomination which follows the gap. Now, if you're a keen fan of the Oscars or the Golden Globes or the Emmys or something like this, then this will be very familiar to you. Because of course you receive a nomination, which is why the answer in this case is D, receiving. For question number 5, if we have a look at the language pattern, it says the film, gap, the relationship of 2 main characters. Generally, films show something. They tell you a story, whether it's showing, it's describing, etc., etc. But here, if we have a look at the answers, it says portrays, displays, reveals, and demonstrates. Now, films can't demonstrate, films can't reveal, rather plot lines reveal, but films don't generally reveal. Films don't display, they show, but films do portray, which is a different way of saying show or tell, and it's why the answer in this case is A. For question number 6, the key word here is the preposition to after the gap, because only one answer can collocate with that preposition. And that answer is, you guessed it probably, it's B. You're unsuited to each other. All of the other answers either take on a different preposition or don't use a preposition at all. For question number 7, the key here is once again the preposition and the noun that follows. You have commitment, and the language pattern is something in commitment. And the context here is that there is not enough commitment. So which is the correct adjective that we need to complete this language pattern? We can't say faulty in commitment, we can't say missing in commitment, and we can't say insufficient in commitment, but we can say A, lacking in commitment. For question number 8, let's turn to the context. The context is basically saying is that whatever happens in these romantic comedies, the winner will always be the idea of love or being in love. I don't want to get too wishy-washy, I won't go into too much details. What does concern me though is the answer. Which one of these 4 answers means the same as it's going to happen no matter what you do? Well, the answer that we're looking for is C, inevitably.